today, wanted to record. I'm like, I have to. I said I was going to, so I am. And I started procrastinating. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Maybe take a nap. No, focus. And I had to call myself out. And that's another part of it. Being honest. Are you slacking? Did you do what you said you were gonna do? And if the answer is no, you need to sit with that. Testing. All right, so I hope everyone's having a good day, or as good of a day as possible. And today's video is going to be about being a small creator and my thoughts on that. And I just want to start this off by saying being a small creator is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. And being your authentic self can be hard because people can have a lot of different reactions to you being yourself and not being the way that society and other things may say you have to be, make you try to conform. And when you don't conform, people can have strong reactions, some good, and they'll cheer you on, and some bad, where they hate it and they boo you off the stage. But you gotta stay on the stage to show what's going on. Especially if you were the hermit kind, or like you hid yourself. I had to pause because it was a loud ass truck. It's honking, and I didn't want it to override my message. But I'm back, so yeah. But I'm saying, after you were like a hermit, or like you hid your characteristics, or you held back what you really wanted to say, or you were put in a box, I don't know, it's a lot of things that could factor into you stepping into more of yourself, making people react, and really liking it, maybe really not liking it, but at the end of the day, it's not for them, it's for you. And usually you either don't get a lot of support, and if you do, that's a blessing, cherish that. But a lot of us don't get a lot of support, you know. We get criticized a lot, nitpicked at, and you know, it's hard, but you keep going, myself included. And I just want to say I'm proud of you. But you keep going, and that's the hardest part, especially when you're not getting any acknowledgement or any flowers for the things that you have done great. It's hard. It's hard, and it makes you question, like, was my creation that good? And a lot of times, yes, it was. And that doesn't mean everybody else will see it that way, though. And here's the part that separates you from everyone else that gives up too early. It's your why. Why do you do this? Why do you deal with criticism and put up with this? What is your reason of going so hard? Why are you relentless? Why do you refuse to take no for an answer? Why do you care so much? Why are you so invested in this? Why are you willing to discipline yourself for this? Why are you willing to sacrifice things that other people wouldn't be willing to sacrifice for this? Why are you willing to be a hermit and study instead of hanging out on a Friday night? Huh? Why? What's your why? Why do you do what you do? And that's what separates you from other people. And everyone's why is different. But the investment in your why is the difference. The why is so much deeper and stronger than the rejection. Like, so it gets to a point where that why is more important. So the rejection, maybe the criticism, the disapproval, it becomes small. So you hear is that why in your ear. Why? What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Why are we investing? Why are we working hard? Why are we learning? Why are we studying? Why do we work every day? Why do we do the things we do? What is your why? And as a small creator that keeps going despite the backlash or dismissal, a lot of stuff comes with it. Despite everything, you still keep going. It's the why. And I respect the fact that you hold on to your why. It could be a place to speak your mind, a place to be who you want to be instead of who people tell you you have to be or need to be. Maybe you just like to create stuff. Maybe you just do. Maybe it was a childhood dream. Maybe you wanted to do this since you were a kid. Who knows? Maybe you have a special person you want to make proud, whether they're dead or alive. If they're dead, my condolences. But what is your why? Maybe to teach people things, show people things, get a different perspective on things for the better. And it's not easy. It's actually really freaking hard. Really freaking hard. And I respect you and I admire you for keeping going. You know, despite everything, you still try. You still put effort in. You're still creative. I admire it. And shoot, even today, wanting to record, I'm like, I have to. I said I was going to, so I am. And I started procrastinating. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Maybe take a nap. No. Focus. And I had to call myself out. And that's another part of it. Being honest. Are you slacking? Did you do what you said you were gonna do? And if the answer is no, you need to sit with that. Sit with that and be like, damn, let me do what I was supposed to do. Let me do what I gotta do. And then you lock in. You know? And that's not easy. That's hard. What's easy is being like, God, do it tomorrow. And never doing it tomorrow. And then several tomorrows pass. Now it's been a month. Nothing happened. And who are you going to be mad at? Yourself. And if you're a creative that ever had like blocks or anything, you know what it feels like to just get caught up in that and not do anything, have analysis paralysis, writer's block, just art blocks, period. It's hard, but to hold yourself accountable and still keep going, you're that. You're that. You're that. You're that. It's admirable. And if nobody claps for you, I clap for you. Yeah, I clap for you. And I'm proud of you. And you need to keep going. And I'm saying this for myself, so yes, me too. And if you feel comfortable enough, I would love to know your whys. Why are you so motivated? What motivates you? Or what makes you get disciplined even when you're not motivated because it's worth it to you? I'm curious. If you feel comfortable enough and you're willing to share, I would like it if you share your whys in the comments. And that's all I have today. Well, all I have for today. So yeah, good night.